Hi there, Don Combs for Soda Farm. I haven't done one of these in a little bit, and today seemed like a really good day to get back to it. I had a visit today from a really good friend from out of state, and she visited me at the shop. And when she comes, we always have, she's one of those friends that you sit down, you haven't talked in person for a really long time, but you pick right up in the same conversation. I hope you have friends like this are that you can really be exactly who you are. You don't need to hesitate. You don't need to hold back. You can completely be you in the moment and you can really see them and really be seen by them. That's what this friend is for me. And she helped me peel back another layer that has me thinking. I'd like to challenge all of you with what I'm being challenged with today. And that is, are you completely being true to yourself? Are you presenting yourself to the world, to your family, to your friends, completely as you, completely authentically you, holding nothing back? Um, I have had a whole level of revelations, and they have come throughout this pandemic. Um, from a business standpoint, we were forced to out ourselves, I suppose. I have always just been who I am, and really isn't any. I don't cover up. I don't wear a lot of makeup, and not that the people that do are covering up, but I don't like anything that isn't authentic or true. I'm uncomfortable around anything that isn't true. And ironically, having a business, I think, has kind of pushed me into a place where I thought I needed to hide pieces of myself. And my husband, too. We, we weren't trying to be inauthentic with our customers. We simply had this idea that I believe that if we presented all of ourselves to a wide group of people, because we went national really quickly with our business, the more we showed of ourselves, the more chance we had of making somebody uncomfortable, turning somebody off, and losing a customer. And so we, in essence, turned to the side and only showed the piece of us that we felt would be least offensive. Really, the more I say that out loud, it it feels really wrong, and I think that's why we weren't as successful as we could have been to date. We read a book, so we have an adult book club at the shop, and we have been reading a different nonfiction health topic book each month. And a couple months ago, we read a book called Dumbing Us Down. And in Dumbing Us Down, the author presents the idea that we can either face everyone full on with all of our warts, all of our good, bad, ugly, and really get in there and be true with our with the folks around us, and that's a community. Or we can network. And this was such a revelation for me. Networking, instead of being full on, here is the front and everything is exposed. Networking is turning to the side and showing only what matches that group. I can network with many, many groups that way without being offensive or without getting into controversy or without showing where we may not always agree or match up. In this in the business environment that we have in this country, it's it's just kind of common knowledge that you don't you don't want to chase off your customer base. And you want to go after as much customer base as you can. And so you wind up as a business constantly turning sideways to fit in with different customers because you like the different customers, but you may not completely match up. And that's okay because in our case we don't judge, and we want to make everybody feel welcome. So we turned sideways. What I learned throughout this pandemic was that we were creating dissonance in our business. And since our purpose as a business was to be a community resource to help people to promote health, dissonance was holding us back. So, yeah, the goal of being able to make enough money to support your family and feed your kids, that's really important. But when you have a business that is intended to be community based, intended to be customer focused, customer facing, um, when you aren't being truly authentically you, even though you don't think you're hiding things, that that pull where you're not fully being yourself creates dissonance. And dissonance is discord. Sometimes it feels good to have a little bit of dissonance. If you'll have to go with me if you're not a music person, but dissonance feels good. It's tension, and then it gets resolved, and that's a device in music that allows us to feel that tension and then resolution and that feeling. When we operate our bodies and our day to day in dissonance, it's where our soul and our purpose is at odds with how we're presenting ourselves to the world. And that dissonance creates discord within our body. So in our business, that discord was creating imbalance and was not working towards health. And it felt so amazing when we realized that we needed to say, here's who we are. This is why we make the product. And all are welcome. We don't judge. If you're cool with us and you're interested in supporting us and you're interested in buying our products, everybody is welcome. We went to the all are welcome, and we were afraid to show who we are because we didn't want to mess with that message. That message is a good one, but you cannot ever stifle who you are to protect against ever impacting somebody else or ever turning somebody away from friendship, from business, um, from whatever. So today, in talking with my friend who happens to be she's a marketing expert, and she gives me a lot of great insight into myself, into business, how to get our message out. I realized that I have also been holding myself back. So the business brand was in Discord, and I've been in Discord with my followers, with the people that are listening to what I teach and following along with me in this journey. And I didn't mean to, but I was holding back the why and the what framework drives me to believe the things and to see the things in the body that I do. And many of you have picked up, you're getting to know me better, and I certainly haven't been trying to hide. But because I haven't fully gotten deep down and gotten really honest with my community, uh, I I am not having the relationship that I need to have in creating that friendship and that relationship with all of you. And so I'm challenged to fix that. And thinking about this notion of how are you holding back? What are you holding back? For me, it's my relationship with God, my spirituality, which is the foundation of everything that I develop, every product, everything that I teach. it's hung on that foundation. And I took for granted that sharing that um, was necessary to fully understand how to use our products and um, what where my mind was coming from when I'm sharing things about the natural world around us. And it creates discord. It creates discord when we don't present ourselves as our authentic self, when we hold something back, when we swallow our truth, even just a little bit. It creates discord in our tissues. It creates imbalance. And moreover, what it does is we have all been given a purpose on this planet. We have all been created with an individual purpose tied to the talents and the unique gifts and um, the family that we're born into and the place in the world that we are born into. It's all part of our purpose. When we don't own who we are, when we don't face everybody that we meet with everything, all of our truths, we're turning sideways. We're creating networks rather than communities. And we're creating discord within ourselves. We hold back our purpose. We are, in essence, driving the car while standing on the brake because you can't fully enact your purpose. You can't fully live out and 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 bring into fruition what you were put here to do if you're holding back part of what makes you you. What makes you you is part of your purpose. It's what you're equipped with to be able to do exactly what you were brought here to do. Holding anything back, holding any of your truth back, holding any of your holding who you are back because you're worried about how other people will feel. Um, I mean, we're not talking about tact here. We can be gentle with our truths. We don't have to go out to hurt people. But a lot of us are putting, just like we did with our business, the message of all are welcome. I love all. I want everybody to be seen equally. We are putting that message first when what we need to do is put our true authentic self first. This is who I am. This is how I was created. Um, isn't this amazing? Who I'm supposed to be in this moment, in this time, with these skill sets, with this heart, with this brain. Um, when we hold any of that back because we think we're going to offend somebody, or it's unpopular, or it's scary, we stunt our ability to enact the very reason why we were given those things. I hope I'm explaining this right, and I hope if I'm not that you'll ask me questions and I'll be able to develop it a little bit better because most of these are my musings. These vlogs are my musings on something that I'm working out as well. So I hope I'm making sense. If I am making sense and you take issue, I also want to hear from you. But I think we all need to be really careful. We're in a time when political correctness handcuffs us a little bit. Some of us, I think, in the conservative sort of mentality, worry very much about offending, and we're much happier just keeping our thoughts to ourselves than speaking and creating drama and strife. And I know I've been guilty of that. Um, I have been challenged over the past couple years. I think it's time to stand up and speak truth. And that goes for our truth as well. If we don't, we stun our purpose and we create discord and dis-ease in the body. Uh, from an Ayurvedic standpoint, Eastern medicine, they understand that holding your truth, not speaking your truth, will impact here. You can talk about chakras, you can talk about energy centers, but there's an organ here too, the thyroid. Not speaking your truth impacts the thyroid, it impacts the endocrine system. So we have really real impacts in our physical body with our emotional body and our inability to synthesize everything that we are and to love every piece of ourselves, good, bad, ugly, possibly uncomfortable for other people, possibly not popular in a political stance, a spiritual stance. All of that is who you are. Are you being fully authentic? Are you embracing everything that you were created to be so that you can do everything you were put here to do? Are you being authentic so that you can act out your purpose? I think it's really important in especially this time when everything is up in the air, things are breaking all around us. So, kind of ask you, like, isn't this the best time? What do you have to lose? I had to be backed against the wall and forced that I was going to have to do things that I didn't believe in my store before I finally came out and said, this is who we are and this is the principle. These are the principles we live by. What will it take for you if you're holding back? What will it take for you to let it go? Let it go and just be fully who you are meant to be. Fully healthy, fully balanced. Incorporate your purpose and your personality and your spirituality with your health. Put it all together and be powerful, be purposeful. Um, Time is short. Time on this planet is short. What are you waiting for?